Hey Leo, how are you? Welcome to your August 2018 reading. Welcome back if you've been here before. If you haven't, then welcome. So I'm not going to talk too much astrology today, guys. I'm just going to get straight into it because we've had the lunar eclipse, total lunar eclipse on Friday just gone. Lots of energy movement, lots of planets going retrograde. So let's just get into it, see what energies are there. All the information you need to know will be linked down below. The decks I'm using, personal readings, birth charts, 10% discount code for the Spiritual Parlour store on Etsy. I've posted some pictures on Instagram of candles and oils and stuff from the store. So do check us out on Spiritual Parlour my God. This Mercury retrograde is messing up my communication. The Spiritual Parlour on Instagram is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, my communication is all over the shop. Okay, so let's get it popping. What does Leo need to know? Leo, Sun, Moon and Rising. It's a general reading for the month of August. If it doesn't resonate with you, that's fine. It's too many. So, Spirit, if there's a message for Leo, Leo. Cards are getting themselves in order for you. If there's a message for Leo, please let it be known. Leo, Sun, Moon and Rising. So the first card will represent Leo's theme for August. Second card will represent their issue. Third card will represent the recent past. Fourth card will represent the present. Fifth card will represent the potential advice. And the sixth card will represent a possible outcome. This is Leo, Sun, Moon and Rising. If there's a message, Spirit, please let it be known through these cards. What does Leo need to know for August? Okay. Five of Cups is just falling out. So we've got possibly some disappointment. Okay, I always read callers, but it doesn't necessarily mean it is the main message. It could just be for one person. Alright, let's see. What's the main message? What do y'all need to know? Okay, so Leo. It's energy for Leo. Okay, I feel called here, Leo. I feel like your message is here. So you go with that deck. And your bottom of the deck energy is the Queen of Swords. Speaking the truth. Being very, very forthcoming with what it is that we want. What it is that we expect from ourselves, from others. Just basically being very, very open and honest. The Queen of Swords' energy is mental energy, someone quite quick-witted, someone who's very sharp and intelligent. Also represents all the air signs, so that could be a Gemini, Aries, or a Aquarius, like myself. Sorry, I just said Aries. Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Sorry, getting my signs mixed up. So all the air signs. And yeah, it's about speaking truth or speaking your truth or someone speaking truth to you. Let's see. Okay, past energy, Six of Cups, Seven of Wands. Okay, some restriction. Okay, so let's take a look at this closely. Okay, Leah, it looks very much to me, and it feels very much to me, the energy that's jumping out of me straight away from these cards is that for some of you, you may be looking back at a past situation. Could be a past person, place, or thing, and this past person, place, or thing at one point, or they could still be now, or it could be still be now, depending on what it means for you. Something that you thought had really, really good potential. You've got the Seven of Wands in your issue, the thing situation. So the Seven of Wands is about having great potential. Okay, so that is number seven first of all, but it's also with this particular suit of wands, it's linked to what we are very, very passionate about, what means a lot to us. So it could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be a place, it could be a person, but with this particular suit, it's what resonates with us a lot. So it could be a person, place, thing, could be anything, but it's something that has great potential or had great potential because, you know, your past energy or looking back at the past. You've got the card of nostalgia. Right next to it is the thing. You've got the Six of Cups. So I feel very much for some of you that you might be looking back, or you might be not necessarily looking back in a negative way, but you could be looking back and remembering maybe once how something was, or how something used to make you feel, or something that you felt like had a real potential to go somewhere. That's the theme that I'm picking up here. And I feel like this person, place, or thing, or relationship linked to the past that you could be looking back on, that once had a lot of fire, had a lot of passion, had a lot of great potential, possibly could have all of a sudden maybe come to a bit of a halt. I'm not seeing an ending, and it doesn't feel like an ending. Funny enough, looking at these cards, and the theme that I'm getting is that there is still more to come from this person, place, or thing. I don't feel as though this is it. This is the ending. But I do feel like there's been some restriction, or there is some restriction around this past person, place, or thing that once meant so much to you. Because in your past position, you have the Eight of Swords. And swords is a suit. If you've watched me before, you know if swords ever pop up, I always say, it is the suit of challenge. It isn't the pretty suit with all the love and the passion and all that kind of thing. Every card is just in some way, shape, or form, it is challenge. And that's life. You have to have, cards that represent that. But with the eight, it's about the mental restriction. And I always say when this card crops up is that sometimes when we find ourselves in a bit of a spot, or we feel a bit restricted, sometimes we just need to take off the mask, see things for what they really, really are, and we can find our way out of the restriction, out of the spot that we've been backed up in. I feel like something's come to a bit of a halt, Leo. Something from your past, okay? The Six of Cups here, okay, so it has children on the cups, Six of Cups card, because it can sometimes represent children, but it is about nostalgia, the past. It could be childhood, or it could even be, a link to children. But I don't get the feeling this is a family situation or a link with children. I just get the general feeling that some of you are looking back. You're looking back at something, and that has come to a halt, or there's some kind of restriction in the recent past. Now, looking forward, even though that's a situation, looking back and maybe this is how it could have been and it had great potential, but now all of a sudden it's come to a bit of a halt, or there's been a bit of restriction, what's going on up here. Moving forward, in the present, you've got the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so Two of Pentacles essentially is about juggling. Yeah, it is about juggling responsibilities. It is about finding some kind of balance. As you can see, you've got a woman here who's juggling Two Pentacles. Now, it is linked to finances, wealth, health, that kind of area of life, because it's a Suit of Pentacles. But I'm just generally reading the energies, and I think that I'm feeling as though there needs to be some kind of balance, or you've had to find some kind of balance, especially when you look back at the past with the restriction. If there has been a lack of balance in the present, that's what you're trying to find linked to this past situation, place, or person that once, or still maybe does, mean so much to you. And there was a lot of potential probably with that person. But, even though that's the situation in the present, you're trying to find that balance, or there's push and pull, or there's juggling, or there's some kind of struggle between you and the other person, place, or thing. The advice is, the King of Pentacles, and this is a solid energy. The King of Pentacles is probably, for me, when I see this energy, I always feel as though things are strong, things are solid, and things will be as they should be. So this halt or this restriction or this balance that you are having to find, once you've pushed through that, and maybe you've taken off, you and the other person or place or thing, you guys have taken off the mask and you've seen things for what they really are, and you're being very open and honest, you have a better foundation. It will be a lot more stronger, is your past energy advice. I don't feel as though this push and pull in the present with having to find the balance or the juggling or even the restriction, the slowing down, I don't get the feeling that this is necessarily for a bad thing. And like I said, I don't see an ending here, and I don't feel like this is an ending. I feel like there's more to come, but I think what needs to happen is you, this person, place or thing, both need to pull back and both need to be honest and both need to find the balance, is what I'm getting here from the cards and the feeling that I'm getting. Now you have the Queen of Swords as your underlying energy, and as I said, she is all about speaking her truth, being open, being honest, and sometimes, yes, she is a little bit cutthroat, but you know what? Sometimes in life we really have to be, to make sure that we have that balance. When we're trying to juggle responsibilities and juggle things, sometimes when we need to find a balance, you have to be very open and vocal about what it is that you actually need or what it is that you actually want. So if that's the situation, then do so, and things will be a lot more solid. Now, the King of Pentacles also does represent, like I said, finance, wealth, health, that kind of area of life. Stability, basically, is what he's all about. He's just rock solid. It's all about stability. So if this is a situation that's juggling finances for some of you, with the Two of Pentacles right next to it in the present, then I feel very much that eventually there's going to be some kind of stability. There is going to be some kind of stability, whatever the situation is, because that's the advice that we're giving us here, and that's how I'm feeling, and that's what I'm being pushed and guided to say, that there will be some kind of stability. Now, your outcome is the Hermit. Okay, and the Hermit is this is a major arcana card, so it's not a day-to-day energy like any of these here. It is a lesson, it is a phase that we need to go through, and it is something that we need to learn, like all the major arcana cards. And the Hermit is very much about retreat, if you like, retreating inwards, and a lot of the time about following your own guidance and following your own voice. Also represents the sun sign of Virgo as well, so I don't know if anybody here is dealing with Virgo, and that could make perfect sense, because with all the pentacles and the earth suits and this balance and this stability and strength, could be an earth sign or a Virgo person. If not, then the advice for you, or the outcome, is retreat, draw back a bit. As I was saying, draw back, be honest, think about what it is that you really, really need, what it is that you really, really want from this situation, and ultimately, as the Queen of Swords urges us to do, speak your truth. Speak your truth about what it is that you need. But it's not over. Leo, this situation is not over. I feel very much like there's more to come, and so I'm going to pull a few more cards. Actually, I don't know why I'm being pushed to pull a few more. I feel like there is more to come. As soon as I saw this, it's not an ending. This past energy, the thing, the looking back at what once was, or what could have been, or how it was, next to it is that potential for success. So I don't think that this is over. I think that this is just a moment with this person, place or thing or job where, it's come to a halt. There's some slight restriction. I don't think it's come to an end. So I'm I'm going to look at this future energy here with the Hermit, because obviously this is giving the advice to retreat, to withdraw, to follow your own voice. As you can see on the Hermit, I mean, this deck is not as traditional as all my other decks, but I love this deck. The imagery is more subtle, but traditionally when you see the Hermit card, you have this hooded guy here normally, and he's always holding, you know, the globe or the star or a lantern. He's always holding some kind of illuminated object, and normally he's walking across like quite rough ground, and the background is normally dark. It's normally nighttime, because the message is normally about following, or it is not normally, it always is about following your own voice, following your own guidance, and retreating a little bit and going within yourself. But in this deck, it's slightly more happy because it's not dark, it's not nighttime, but you know, the imagery is still there with, you know, the hooded guy following the inner light, which is your inner voice. So I'm gonna pull some more cards on this future energy. I'm gonna pull some more cards, clarify this future energy. So what does Leo need to know about the Hermit once they've retreated? Ah, the Star. Okay, hope, faith. Have hope, have faith. This also represents the sun sign of Aquarius as well. I don't know if that means anything to anybody, but the Star, the energy is about having hope, having faith. Things will be okay. Things will be okay. That is the energy of the Star. Anything else for Leo after the retreat? What do they need to know? Oops, that's got it everywhere. Hope and faith. What else does Leo need to know? Is there any other messages for Leo? What does Leo need to know? Let's see if anything else comes out. Leo. Have hope, have faith. Nothing but there, no. What does Leo need to know? There we go. Queen of Cups. Oh, okay. So, if this is a matter of the heart, if this is an emotional issue, or if this is a relationship for someone, then I feel like the love's going to be restored, okay, with the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups energy, she is a real beauty. She's kind of like, her energy to me is, you know, so loving, so nurturing, so very, very intuitive as well, representing all the water signs as well. The water signs do tend to be quite intuitive. It's an energy of love, nurturing, giving. It's a very, very supportive energy, and it's a very, very emotionally driven energy. So I do feel like definitely 100%, like I said, this situation is not over. It's just simmering, okay? It's just, you know, it's just a little restriction for now from the past energy, just while the balance comes back, or while you work out what needs to be done. But the stability, and I think the love will be there. The stability, the love, the happy feelings will be there with the Queen of Cups, and have the hope and have the faith once you've retreated and gone within yourself. It's not over. I definitely don't feel an ending. I feel like this is necessary. This is necessary, the looking back, what once was, because there was great potential, whatever it was, Leo. You know, there was great potential, or you saw great potential, or you were once in a very, very strong position with this person, place, or thing from the past, you know, that you're still linked to, that's maybe come to a bit of a halt. So I've just got incense powder all over my fingers because I've just burning some incense here, and I've just, you know, when all the ash falls on the floor, on the table, and I've just stuck my fingers in it like an idiot. Anyway, let's get cracking. So, what does Leo need to know, Spirit? What message is there for Leo? It's called Leo, the Angel card. What messages? Okay, here we go. Yep, this one's flipped over. Open your heart. So open your heart, Leo. It says your potential for greater love rests in opening your heart. Blockages and wounds from your past will be healed and you will be met with the true passion you seek. What were we just talking about? The past energy is here. It's right here, Leo. I could see it. I could feel it. This past energy, this link, or your link to a past energy, this card of nostalgia, which is the theme for you for your reading for the month of August. Open your heart up. Open your heart. Don't hold on is what I feel like I'm being said, what I'm being pushed to say, because sometimes when this past energy comes up as well, especially with the Six of Cups, sometimes we're not just looking back, we're holding on to things from the past as well. So if you do need to release anything, your message is that the blockages and the wounds will be healed and you will be met with the true passion, the Queen of Cups. Oh, where is she? Queen of Cups. The true passion and the true love that you seek, which was your clarifier card. Okay, so good luck with that. And I'm going to pull you one affirmation card as well. So what does Leo need to know? What affirmation is there for Leo? If you've got a message for Leo, Sun, Moon and Rising, please let it be known. Leo, Sun, Moon and Rising. What does Leo need to know about this situation? Leo. Sun, Moon and Rising. Ruler of the 5th house of life. Ruler of the sun, the planet. What does Leo need to know? We're going to shuffle out the card. Oop, that's too many. Or should I pull one? Oh, there we go. There's the answer. This is what you need to know, Leo. And your card is Dreamer. Nice card. It says, your dreams have chosen you. Find fulfillment in pursuing your destiny. This is the magic in life. So your dreams have chosen you. Find fulfillment in pursuing your destiny. This is the magic in life. Don't know, maybe someone needs to hear that message if that resonates with anybody out there. So your dreams have chosen you. So go for it, whatever it is that you are thinking of or dreaming of or looking back on that have this potential for success. Go for it. But I do very much feel like you need to speak, you need to be honest. As the Queen of Swords mentioned on your bottom of the deck energy, withdraw a bit and then revisit the situation because it's not over. Okay, have a wonderful month, Leo. I hope the situation goes well for you. Stay tuned. Please do like, share, subscribe because I'll do another solar eclipse reading for you like I did last week, the middle of August, because we're going to have another eclipse in August as well in your sun sign. Might I add as well, the solar eclipse is going to be in your sun sign. If you do want to check out as well where the solar eclipse is going to be happening in your area of life, you can always check your birth chart. And if you do want to know where it's happening, what it means, and a bit more deeper in terms of astrology for you personally, then click the links below because I've got birth charts and all that kind of stuff up on my Etsy store, or you can just email me. All the information is below. So good luck, Leo. Have a wonderful month. Like, share, subscribe, click the bell. You'll know when I put up another video for you, and I will see you in a couple of weeks. See you soon. Take care.